Hello, Patreon family.
Hello, Patreon family. Well, we're back at the house. We got our deer hanging in a tree. I got my grandson with me. We had a good trip. I'll be headed back in. I still got a buck to take. I'll be bringing him in, so we'll see what happens. But I just thought while we were taking 5 minutes here to do a video, I would do a Patreon video this morning with my grandson. So, this is Caleb. I think all of you have met Caleb by now. He was a big elk. Where's the deer?
Hanging on the tree.
We got the deer about 20 feet up in the air. My meat pole is at the cabin, and my other meat pole is at the Rustic log cabin. So I guess if I'm going to keep bringing deer here to cut up, I guess I'm going to have to put in another meat pole. What I do right now is I sling a rope up in the tree, and then I use the six-wheeler to pull it up. But it would be a whole lot easier to just have a boat winch there and up and down as I need, especially for the cutting. I cut them up right here, out here in the tree, skin them, cut them up, and then haul them into the house piece by piece. But anyways, what you got to say this morning, Caleb?
I have to say that I was really excited that we shot a deer yesterday.
You was, huh?
Yeah.
Did you get it on tape?
Yes, I got the whole thing on tape.
Maybe, we'll see.
Yeah.
You never know until you get home and see the video.
Yeah.
Same here. I never know what I got on my video. A couple weeks ago I thought I had a partridge, but when I got home, he wasn't. My camera was up here like this. It wasn't getting the ground at all. But anyways, we're into November, the state of Maine. The temperature has finally dropped. We had a hot summer. So right now we're the 1st of November. And that's my daughter. Anyways, we're in the 1st of November. And the temperature, we got to the cabin and the water I have in there in 5-gallon buckets. One of them had froze over. It wasn't froze solid, but it froze over a little bit, which I don't normally start worrying about that until, the end of middle to the end of the month. Even the year I muzzleloaded hunted in there, I didn't have frozen water issues. Not like that anyways. But the cabin's working out better than we planned. He's gotten to go now twice. So we're gonna get him to go back out there. We have until the 28th of November. Day after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Day after Thanksgiving. Where's the deer?
Hanging on the tree, 20 feet up in the air.
Tell them how we got that thing up in the air.
We got it by...
And you have to be careful, because why? You have to be careful because...
When you have to...
Because you might learn something.
You might learn something.
You have to be careful, because you might learn something hanging out with Papa.
Yeah.
All right. Tell them how we put that thing up in the air.
We threw a rope up on the tree branch, and then we hooked the rope to the six-wheeler, and we pulled the deer up in the air.
How did we get that rope up there? That's the trick that you learned from.
We tied a tin can to the end of the rope.
There was a tin can full of concrete.
A tin can full of concrete.
And then you just flew it right up in the air. And then it's heavy enough to come down, hook onto your deer, and yank them right up in the air.
Yep.
Years ago, I used to throw a rope or a stick or whatever, and it would take forever to get a rope up in a tree. Almost impossible to throw a rope over a limb. because always getting hit by something else, another limb or whatever. So I took them little soup can, and you fill it up with concrete, and I used a coat hanger, a steel coat hanger, stick into the concrete. I use them, I have a lot of them. I've been making them for years. I use them for marking buoys, stuff like that when I'm fishing, white perch fishing. I'll throw out a buoy to mark the spot. So I use these little coffee cans of these little soup cans of concrete for stuff like that. But I also use it, I keep one in the 6-wheeler for throwing a rope up in a tree. And it just works so easy. You know, just throw that can up there, loop it up in, make sure it won't hit anything on the way down, but normally it won't because you're in full control. You know, the thing's only gonna, you know, you can stop the rope and it'll only be hanging over a couple feet up there. And then you can just lower the rope down, the concrete comes down, and then you got your rope in a tree. And then I use a 6-wheeler, hook it onto the rope, back up, and voila! you got a deer hanging in a tree. These guys are hopefully going to come over on Monday, and we're going to cut this thing up. Teach them. Hey, tell them about surgery.
The deer has a zipper.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How's that zipper work?
You just unzip it with a knife.
Yep. He got to learn a whole bunch of stuff last night that he hasn't been a part of. You know, it's an ongoing process learning this stuff. So last night he got to see, you know, taking a deer in a tree stand.
Gotta be okay, Caleb. Damn it, sorry, buddy.
That's okay. At least we got a deer.
Wait a minute, there might be 2, alright?
Okay.
So if there's 2, I can't shoot 2. Okay, now you just gotta wait. What did I tell you? It's out there sleeping in that grass.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was recording that whole time.
Uh-huh.
I was recording that whole time. We just got our first deer. I'll tell you all the results.
And then he got to see putting the deer on the meat pole, and he got to see the zipper trick, where you unzip a deer. So we unzipped the deer and we pulled out the what?
We pulled out the
Guts.
The guts.
What did I tell you about the stomach?
You have to be careful so you don't cut it.
Yep. Say it loud so the camera can hear you.
You have to be careful so you don't cut the stomach.
You don't want to poke the stomach, do you?
Nope.
Know why?
Why?
Stinks in there. Stinks in there. And then we got that out of the way, and then what came out?
The liver.
The liver! Ooh. Then the liver came out, and then the heart came out. We got the best part out, didn't we?
Yeah.
If we'd had time this morning, we would have been eating hot for breakfast. But that stupid 18-hour rule, we didn't have time for any of that. We got up this morning. We got up early, but we had coffee, stuff like that, and he had some hot chocolate. But normally, I would have the heart out, and I would be eating deer steak hot for this morning's breakfast. But long ways to go between the cabin, the pickup, and getting to the tagging station and be there on time. So we're going to have some hot today, I think. I've got a feeling I'm going to have deer hot for supper. Might even lower that deer down and take out the inside tenderloins. So you got to see the heart, you got to see the liver,
Yeah.
and you got to see that pile of guts. And what do we do with the pile of guts?
We eat them.
Oh, what do we do with the guts? We
Oh.
took them away from the cabin. Why?
So the coyote don't eat them.
Say it louder.
So the coyote don't eat them.
Yeah, we got the guts away from the cabin just because I don't want to be drawing in the coyotes to that inner sanctuary that hopefully the deer find nice and safe. So I put them onto a tarp last night as I was, we had to do all this with a Coleman lantern by that time. We didn't get finished up with the deer until 7:30. And then at 7:30 at 7:30 we went in and had supper and all that. So this morning I went out, wrapped them up into the tarp, and then we delivered them half a mile away from the cabin and threw them in the woods. I hid them. I don't like other hunters coming across anything. I try not to get blood on the ground. I try not to leave my gut pile where other hunters can find it. Privacy, privacy, privacy. When it comes to my hunting, I don't want any competition. So, well, you guys have a great week. I wanted to take 5 minutes and sit down and have a Patreon video with you guys, and thank you very much.